How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul. Welcome to my video game pickups for the month of October 2019. This is my third time trying to record this video. I record using my phone. It has a stylus that I use to trigger it on and off. The phone can only record in 4K footage for up to 5 minutes, so it seems every time I try, the phone decides to just not listen to my stylus even working. So we'll see if it works this time. Enough ranting out of the way, let's get into it. Sorry if I seem a little less enthusiastic than usual. Having recorded this twice does that to me. So let's go ahead and start. I got Skullgirls Second Encore Special Edition for the Switch. This actually doesn't have the game inside. What happened was when they were printing the game, they came across some problems in manufacturing, and it won't be released until December. It was supposed to release in October. That didn't happen, so they decided to tide us over until then. They would give us the special edition stuff in the meantime. So it comes with some fun stuff. It comes with these stickers that you put on your Joy-Cons. Pretty cool design. And the thing that I'm probably most excited for is the, if I can get it out here, here we go, the vinyl record soundtrack. This is pretty awesome. I actually have a record player, so I'm able to play this. And I would have by now, except I wanted to show it off for you guys first. So there we go. I can't wait to get the game itself in December. So huge shout out to them for providing this for their fans to tide us over until we get the game itself. Anyway, while I was out on a Pokemon Go Community Day, we hopped into GameStop and I saw this and got it. This is a Score Bunny plush, the fire starter from Sword and Shield. And this is 1-to-1. This is a life-size Score Bunny. Can you believe that? Pretty exciting stuff. This is how big the starters in Galar look. They're just getting smaller and smaller, but that's fine. Score Bunny is the one that I am definitely picking for Sword and Shield. Can't wait to get those games in just 2 weeks now. Anyway, one more life-size plushie for me to add to my collection. So in my first instance ever of actually hitting up a yard sale that worked out, my neighbors across the street were doing a moving sale, and I went over there just to see what they had, and they had a lot of stuff I ended up getting. Starting with this TV. This is, I believe, a 27-inch LCD screen. It's not new by any means, but that's actually a good thing. It has exactly what I want. I don't know how well this is going to show up here, but it has 4 kinds of inputs, but 3 that I care about. Composite, component, and S-video. So, yeah, it's pretty awesome. So basically, long story short, there's a lot of older consoles that they can't put out good video. Like, some of them, the best they can do is composite, the best they can do is S-video. You're going to see footage right here of me booting up my NES and playing the opening of Mario Brothers on this screen. And it might just be because this is a smaller screen, but this handles the composite input from that a lot better than my bigger TV. On my bigger TV, everything looks pixelated and blurry, but on this, everything looks really nice. I mean, it's still a composite video. I haven't gotten an RGB mod yet for my NES, but until I do, I can play it on this, and it looks great. I have this set up right over here where my pop vinyls used to be, and I can't wait to get some S-video consoles and plug it into this too. I actually got this for the S-video input. This is the only screen in my house right now that has that. There's a lot of consoles that can't output a better signal than that, so glad I have that. And while I was over there, I also ended up buying this Blu-ray player. But after I bought it, I realized, wait, it's a 3D Blu-ray player. This can play 3D Blu-rays. Right now I actually have it hooked up to this TV right here through component instead of HDMI. But the quality looks pretty much the same, so it doesn't matter. I don't even have a 3D TV. And if I wanted one, I'd need to buy one used off like Facebook Marketplace or something. There's not a single retailer that I know of that sells brand new 3D TVs anymore. And even used, they're like $400 or $500, so no real incentive for me to get one right now. But if I ever do, I have a way of playing 3D Blu-rays. In fact, I actually bought a few 3D Blu-rays after buying that player. So when I get a TV, I'll have stuff to watch. I'm not a big fanatic on 3D technology. I've always known it was going to be a gimmick, but it's a gimmick that I can definitely take advantage of every once in a while if I feel like it now. And they also had a few Xbox 360 games I ended up getting. So I ended up paying only 50 cents for this first one, Grand Theft Auto 5. I have this game on so many consoles. I think the only one I don't have it on now is PS3. The reason it costs 50 cents is because it only comes with the install disc. It does not have the game disc, unfortunately. So if I ever want to play the game, I'm going to need to buy that disc off eBay, which costs way more than the 50 cents I paid for that. But 50 cents for everything else, not bad. And the rest of these were $1 each, because they are complete. Forza Motorsport 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, and Call of Duty Black Ops 2. So I ended up paying $3.50 for the stack of games, $5 for the 3D Blu-ray player, which is a steal, and $5 for this old TV. Man, it worked out so well, didn't it? I love all the stuff that I got at that yard sale. First time I've ever hit up a yard sale for game stuff and actually came out with stuff. Oh man, it's such a good feeling. So one of the weeks in October, you guys know Crystal, well, I play with her in my videos all the time. Well, she came to visit along with her girlfriend Joanna. Joanna gave me this as a gift. This is a stress ball in the shape of a PlayStation controller, and I have used this a few times already. So she saw it, thought I'd like it, and I do like it. It's awesome. So thanks, Joanna, for that gift. So I hit up a GameStop while we were here, and well, they were here, and ended up getting this Wii nunchuck, which I didn't have a nunchuck. Surprisingly, I have never owned a nunchuck, but now I do. It was cheap, you know, it was used GameStop. It works perfectly fine as far as I could tell. I thought I would need this for my Wii Fit video, but I don't. But I know that there's plenty of Wii games I have that do need a nunchuck anyway, so got it. It was cheap, why not? I also ended up getting a few Wii U games. So before this month, I had exactly half of the North American library of Wii U games. Now I have over half, thanks to these two games. I have 84 out of 164. And the two I got were Just Dance 2016, which it was the last Just Dance game that I was missing from my Wii U collection, so it's nice to get that off the list. And the other one I got was the only Kirby game released for the Wii U, Kirby and the Rainbow Curse. I can't believe I didn't have this, but I went to GameStop, I saw that they had it, it was cheap and even cheaper because I'm the highest tier membership they have. So yeah, it's just really nice to get those two Wii U games, knock them off my list. And like I said, I now have over half of the Wii U library. And I ended up getting an Xbox One game this month. I got Soul Calibur 6. So the reason I got this is kind of interesting. I recently upgraded my original Xbox, as in the one from like 2001 that competed with the PS2. I upgraded that to use component cables, which is the analog version of HDMI. It's the best quality that you could get without having an actual HDMI cable. And those games look amazing now. And I actually used Soul Calibur 2 on the Xbox to test that because it could do 720p, which is an HD resolution. It looks amazing. It was so good looking and so addictive for me to play that I decided to look and see what the most recent Soul Calibur game was, and that was this, which was only released, I think, last year. And this is Xbox One X Enhanced. So it looks just gorgeous on my 4K display, and the gameplay is really amazing. It's a fighting game, but you can pick it up and just button mash and have a lot of fun. You don't need to be good at the game at all to have fun with it. So, super happy to have this, and this is a really friendly game too. There's no gore, there's no swearing, there's nothing like that. Some skimpy outfits, but you know, it's a fun game. So I'm super happy to have it for my Xbox One. It's only like my 14th or 15th Xbox One game that I got. And the best part about this is actually I got it for a cheap price. I got it through Best Buy because I prefer getting all my games through Best Buy. I'm a rewards member, I'm a loyal customer, but I saw that it was cheaper on Amazon by like $4. So I actually hit up Best Buy's online support and said, hey, Amazon has it for cheaper. Can you give me the better price? And they said instantly yes, without hesitation. So I got this for like $15, so super happy about that. There's a lot of games that I got, almost all of them Switch games that I got price matched through Best Buy. They will price match games, so if you're ever in Best Buy and you see a game, check Amazon while you're in the store, because if Amazon has it cheaper, just show that price to them at checkout and they will honor the cheaper price. Totally worth it. I did that a lot this month. And I got a PS4 game as well, Dead by Daylight. I got this on the Switch last month. It doesn't run that good on the Switch. And one of my server mods, Kayla Chaos, plays Dead by Daylight all the time. So I decided to pick it up so I could play it with her. And I have played it with her. I need to get better at it. But I think that I enjoy it enough to keep it. So there's that. So I got a single PS4 game and a single Xbox One game this month. I also ended up importing this little stack of games from Japan. So there's my goal is to get every single Pokemon game complete in box, including spin-offs. There's a handful of games that were never released in North America, and that includes this, Pocket Monster Stadium for the N64. The Japanese boxes are just really nice compared to what we got. Anyway, so you might think that this is Pokemon Stadium. That's sort of half true. This is a beta version of it. I'd like to say there's only like 48 playable Pokemon on here, something like that. There's only a few modes. It's not at all like Pokemon Stadium in terms of comprehensiveness. There's not much to do in this game. In fact, their equivalent of Pokemon Stadium came out less than a year after this. So they just never put this out in North America. So we never got it, so I needed it for my collection, and I got it. I placed a bid on eBay that came with this and a few other things, and I ended up getting all this stuff for less than this usually goes for, so I was super happy with that. And the great thing about Japanese N64 games is they're not region locked. They'll work perfectly fine on a North American console. You need to figure out how to get it into the console first, because the backs of the cartridges are different, but you swap out the back of this cartridge with the back of a North American cartridge, it works just fine. So yeah, it's great to have this one more game to knock off my list of things that I needed. It also came with a few bonuses. Pocket Monster Stadium Gold and Silver, which is our equivalent of Pokemon Stadium 2, and this is virtually identical. Nothing different at all, just something extra for me to have. And a Japanese transfer pack, which I can't get to work, but sort of be expected with these things. You might remember when I made my Surfing Pikachu video, I needed to buy 3 of these from North America before I got one that worked anyway. I wasn't expecting it to work, but I do have it. Anyway, so super happy to have those. I also hit up my retro game store and got a few small things. I got Super Tennis for the Super Nintendo. I got it because it was $3, so it was cheap. And this is the one I was very happy to see, so I got it. Space Channel 5. I actually don't know much about this. I think it's a rhythm-based game. This was, I remember seeing this in one of My Life in Gaming's videos, pretty sure it was the PS2 video, but the Dreamcast version is the best port of it, and I remember seeing the footage and thinking, it looks like a sort of game that I'd be interested in. And one of my favorite things about this is the holographic cover. I have no idea how well this is showing up on video, but in the 90s, this was a common thing, where you would have these sort of things where, depending on what angle you looked at it from, the character would change poses. So, there's a nostalgia factor in there for that. So, super happy to have picked that up for my Dreamcast. I don't even own a Dreamcast yet, but hey, at least now when I get one, I'll have some quality games to play. And I got these for really cheap on Amazon. I think like $5-10 each, something like that. Legend of Zelda Triforce Heroes, which is another Zelda game for me to knock off my list of Zelda games. And Theater Rhythm Final Fantasy Curtain Call, which is a Final Fantasy spinoff. And yeah, so 2 more 3DS games to add to my very small 3DS collection, which is slowly growing, and 1 game from each franchise to add to those games. I really want to work on getting games from Zelda and Final Fantasy, including spin-offs, so yeah, they were cheap on Amazon, figured may as well, so I did, and there they are. And finally, we get to the meat and potatoes, my Switch games. Oh, I have so many. I'm going to try and describe how I got each of them in this stack as I see them. So let's see here. Dead Cells, it was on sale at GameStop. So I hit up Best Buy and said, hey, can you give me the lower price? And they did. So there we go. This game just released this month, and I was happy to pay this at full price. Disney Classic Games, Aladdin and the Lion King. So these are ports of the Genesis games that came out in the 90s. I actually have those Genesis games. The Lion King is super hard, Aladdin is super fun. They got ported to the Switch, super happy to have them, especially physically. Gun Gun Pixies was released this month. It's an Amazon exclusive. Why did I get it? You know exactly why. Hello Neighbor Hide and Seek. So the thing with Best Buy is if you're a rewards member, if you're an Elite Pro rewards member like I am, the highest tier, you get reward certificates all the time because it honestly seems like for every $20 I spend, I get a $5 certificate. Like, I'm that high tier. So I had like $10 in certificates, so I went on Best Buy's website to see, okay, what's the cheapest Switch game that they have that I'm missing? And this was it. I ended up paying $5 out of pocket for that. Mega Man Legacy Collection 1 and 2. So the reason I got this is because I'm trying to prioritize games in my backlog that are the farthest back that I'm missing. So let me explain. From the day the Switch was released until the day this game was released, I had every single game that was released between those two from North America. So this was the next game that I was missing that's the farthest back. So I've been wanting it forever. I was hoping for it to go on sale. It never did. Finally got a few certificates from Best Buy, decided to buy it. It's important to buy this new because Legacy Collection 2 is not on the cartridge. You need to redeem a code inside right there in order to get it. And once that code's used, that's it. So if you buy this used, that code's been used, you're only getting half a game. So even though I had to pay a lot more than I wish I had, I got both games, so worth it. So now, in the first 15 months of the Switch's release, I'm only missing 2 games total. I really hope I can get those by the end of this year. That's such a good feeling. It's hard to explain how nice that is. This game released this month. Super happy to pay full price for this. Super Monkey Ball Banana Blitz HD. So, I love Monkey Ball. It was one of the first third-party games Sega ever made as a third-party publisher. Monkey Ball's super fun. I'm glad that it got a Switch game. Let's see. Travis Strikes Again, No More Heroes. The reason I got this is because every year, Best Buy, if you're a rewards member, they'll just give you an email that says, hey, there's a coupon inside. The coupon can be worth anywhere between $5 and $5,000. It's almost always $5. Like 99% of the time it's $5. But so I figured, hey, 5 free bucks. So I went in the store, made sure it was $5 it was, and I went to the Switch section to see what games they had that I was missing. They had this for $30. I was able to take off 5 thanks to that coupon, and I had $5 saved up from gift certificates as well. Like I said, being a Best Buy rewards member, totally worth it. So I ended up paying $20 for this. I got The Walking Dead, the final season, which is the final Telltale game. We're kind of shocked that this got a physical release at all. This will probably never get a reprint. So I think that's the only reason I got it. I got it so early in this month, I don't remember the exact reason. It might have been because I got it for cheaper as well, but yeah. So Walking Dead final season from Telltale, got that. And I got this, which is a game I don't normally get, Overwatch. Why would I not normally get it? There's no cartridge. This is a code in a box. But I got all sorts of rewards by buying it from Best Buy. I got it cheaper and I get rewards points for buying it physically. And I really love Overwatch. Really, really love Overwatch. I know there's that whole Blizzard thing going on right now. I hate it just as much as everyone else. But to be fair, I pre-ordered it long before that, so I didn't buy it knowing full well the protest going on. Yeah, I love Overwatch. Glad to have gotten this. I'm never getting another game like this again, a code in the box. Never. I don't know how much I'm going to keep to that promise, but for now, that's the only game I plan on. Believe it or not, I actually have 2 more stacks of Switch games here for 2 different categories. So these 5 games are all from limited run games, but they're not ones that I ordered from their website. These actually all got retail releases in Best Buy with alternate covers. So they're doing this more and more often. It's not for every single release, but it's a lot of them. So anytime that they say there's a good chance that it'll get a Best Buy release later, I just skip the online order and just hope that the Best Buy release happens, and it does. So these are all games that I bought from Best Buy. 1, I don't have to pay for shipping. 2, I get my Best Buy rewards. 3, if I have a few gift certificates lying around, then I could use them to take money off, which is what I did for all these. So yeah, it's just way cheaper in the long run. It doesn't happen for every game, but when it does, it really helps. So anyways, the 5 games that I got this month are Aegis Defenders, Freedom Planet, which I'm actually salty about because I did order this game from LRG, but it got lost in the mail. It's not LRG's fault, it's definitely my post office's fault, but I never got it, so I reached out to LRG and said, hey, my package is lost. I said, okay, here's a refund, and I used that refund money to buy this from Best Buy. So I got my game, that's all that matters. Momodora, Reverie Under the Moonlight, Transistor, and last but not least, Rogue Legacy. So these are the 5 games that I got from Best Buy that are LRG releases. I'm probably going to try and do that as much as I can in the future, and then anything that doesn't get a Best Buy release, I'll just pick up later off eBay or something. And finally, my last stack. These are all games that I did order from limited print websites. The biggest one, and probably the thing I'm most excited to have this month, Celeste. This was made available to pre-order back in January, which is when I ordered it. Limited Run Games wanted to make absolutely sure that the game was complete on the cartridge. So all the latest DLC is on here. There's no download at all, no patch. Everything is on the cartridge. So huge shout out to them, huge props to them for making sure that the game is preserved for the future. This won Indie Game of the Year last year. This is one of the best indie games ever made. And now it has a physical release and I have it. I don't really care that it took 10 months to get here. But to make shipping cheaper, I did order that and a few other games all in the same order. The other things I ordered were Danmaku Unlimited 3, Windjammers, and these. These are something that I only did for these 2 games. They are alternate covers for Yooka-Laylee and Golf Story. So, whenever Best Buy gets limited run games, like, Rogue Legacy, like these 5 I just showed you, when they put them on the store shelves, they get alternate covers. And what LRG does is, if you want to collect both covers but don't want to buy the game twice, they just sell the alternate covers on their website for $1. So even though I ordered Yooka-Laylee and Golf Story straight from LRG, I now have the alternate covers, and I just stick them behind the other covers in the cases. So, yeah. I'm super happy to have finally gotten this big order from LRG. 10 months, definitely worth the wait. I also got one more LRG game straight from them this month, River City Girls, which I'm super happy to have. This is made by Way Forward, the same company that made Shantae, and super happy to have a copy of this game physically. I love Way Forward. They're one of my favorite third-party companies right now. And I also got a few games from other companies. Got Ghost 1.0 and An Epic Collection from East Asia Soft, which is their 9th release total. We got 99 Vitas from Strictly Limited Games, which is their 6th release total. And my particular number here is 1792 out of, I believe, 3,000. That's just something that they do, is they put the number on the back of the case. Every single case is individually numbered, which I think is pretty cool. And Gekido Kantaro's Revenge from Red Art Games, which I believe is their 3rd release. So that wraps up my video game pickups for this month. If I were to pick a favorite, I can't decide. It's a 3-way tie between Score Bunny, Celeste for the Switch, and Pocket Monster Stadium for the Japanese N64. Let me know what your favorite thing is that I picked up this month, and I'll be back next month with, I guarantee, a lot less than this. Actually, I can't guarantee that. You know why? Next month is Pokemon and Amiibo month. There's just a ton of stuff coming out next month, so come back next month. Let's see what I get then. In the meantime, thanks for sticking to the end. It's going to take me a long time to put all this back, and I really hope that my camera recorded all this time. If so, yay!